Hey, welcome back to my channel.
Why be serious if you can be delirious?
If this is your first time watching any of my videos, my name is Tania and I'm a self-published author. I've been writing for almost 12 years. I used to write music a long time ago, but in terms of actually writing stories, it's been about 12 years. I started my self-publishing journey in the spring of 2020. I have currently 5 ebooks available. 4 of which are fast-paced crime thrillers, all written in Canada. I am in Canada. I live in Canada. I am working on story number 5, and after I finish story 5, I'm hoping to pull all of my short stories together and release a print book. Now, I also have a high fantasy world called Elganthus. This has been something I've been dreaming of for the last 12 years. So far, I only have a short story collection released called Tales of Elganthus. It's volume 1. I'm hoping to release some more. But I have many, many novels already written in the same world. I just have them all in very rough draft, so I have a lot of work to do. And the other ebook that I have is called a self-publishing guide, an ebook self-publishing guide. Now, I know a lot of people look at me and say, you just started out. How is it that you can possibly say you have enough expertise to release a self-publishing guide? Here's the thing. When I started out, I had to do a buttload of research. I had to ask a lot of people's help. I had to watch a lot of videos. I had to learn a lot and do a lot of research. So my intention with this self-publishing guide is for beginners from beginner's perspective. So it's an overview. It's talking about joining a writing group, how you start writing, looking at your editing process, how to use Pro Writing Aid, what platforms are available for you to publish on. It talks about building your author platform and making a website. It's really an overview for people who are just starting out and have no idea where to begin. It's not intended as me saying, hey, I make lots of money, listen to me, this is how I did it. I don't advertise it that way, and it's not intended that way. It is just a beginner's guide from a beginner's perspective. On to today's topic. I would like to share with you 10 benefits of joining a local writing group. This is how I started my writing journey, and I'm telling you it has been the most beneficial thing that I have started in a very long time. Benefit number 1, meeting new people and other writers. This has been like life-changing. I have met so many wonderful people. I have learned so many things, and to this day I have lifelong friendships with people in the writing community. Number 2, beginning these friendships also opens up the possibility of a peer editing partnership. Now, peer editing is when you exchange a story with a friend and you each give each other input, advice, suggestions, other edits like grammatically speaking. Sorry, my cat is scratching something over there and he's driving me nuts. The benefit of starting these peer editing groups, it does make your writing stronger. It helps you improve your own editing skills. And also, this is something long-term. It's not just a one-time deal, if it goes well, of course.
Peer editing is the bomb.
Number 3, critique circles. Part of a writing group is reading your story or your writing out to a group of people. After you're done reading, they go around the circle, one person at a time will share their opinion of your story. And because everyone in the group is at different skill levels and has different experience or different techniques or styles, you might get a lot of different feedback. Now, in our writing group, we suggest that they start with one positive for sure, saying like, hey, I really like that story, or wow, that's really unique, or what are you unique outtake, or I love your dialogue. You start with the positivity and you don't bash or make it personal. You kind of just say, hey, you could have improved this, or maybe consider rewriting this, or this didn't make sense, or you lost me in this part. Now, this brings me to number 4, strengthening your writing. So being in these groups and doing the critique circles and listening to everybody's writing and hearing all of their suggestions can really help you improve your writing. Number 5, Because you're in such a dynamic group of people with different skills, different genres, different techniques, you can learn a lot. Now, often these groups are led by like a mentor, somebody who has a lot more experience than everybody else, who acts kind of like a teacher. They'll teach you different skills, different styles. You have different topics to go over every time. You really can learn how to improve your skills, learn how to write in new styles.
One thing that I keep getting confused on is the difference between a pantagonist and an antagonist. So I hope that, one day when I look it up, I actually write it down somewhere that I can actually get the information.
Number 6, learn how to take your writing to the next level. Learn how to advance your writing career. So if you've been writing for a long time and you feel like, hey, I'm ready to take the next step, how are you going to know what to do next? I mean, yeah, you can do a lot of research on the internet, you can join Facebook groups, but it's really beneficial to have that person like in contact with you. So in the same room, face to face, you can ask them questions and learn, where do you go from here? For example, submitting to contests and competitions, or, maybe it's how to start your ebook publishing, or maybe it's how do you build a website. Either way, it's learning how to move forward from the level that you're at. So after the first time I filmed this, I discovered that my camera had shifted and it was staring at my forehead, and now I just realized that, I cut off part of my head, so I'm sorry about that.
She has such a bad memory.
Wow, she is so mean. Benefit number 7, contests. When you're in a writing group, a lot of people share their knowledge about what writing contests are available to you. A lot of people spend time submitting to multiple contests and hopes to win an award, to get cash prizes, to get their names out there. It's also to get that affirmation or that confirmation that you're doing a good job. Being in a writing group is a great place, a great resource for gathering lists and information on where the contests are available at. For example, I learned about NaNoWriMo by joining this writing group. I actually said that right this time. I'm very proud of myself. I also learned about Lake Winnipeg Writers Group. So Lake Winnipeg Writers Group is located in the Interlake region in Manitoba. It's a membership committee. You can submit your stories, has the chance of being published in their book called Voices, which they publish twice a year. It's called the Journal of the Lake Winnipeg Writers Group Voices. I publish in this twice a year. I've been doing this for many years. I have a lot of stuff published. So the other thing about Lake Winnipeg Writers Group is they also have annual contests that's open to anybody. So if you go to their Lake Winnipeg Writers Group website, you'll find a contest section. Now they normally do it at the beginning of the year. I know they've been discussing some changes and improvements, so I'm not too sure exactly where that's going to be in 2021. In the 2020 contest, I did win second place for my short story, and I also won second place for a picture that will be featured on the back of their cover. They were going to have the launch much earlier in the year. However, it was pushed out because of COVID, and the social distancing aspect and all of the shutdowns. So I'm really looking forward to that. We'll have our launch and they'll give out the awards. So I'll probably go, I'll share some of my story, and then I'll accept an award certificate and a cash prize. So I'm looking forward to that.
Give me a Y, give me an E, give me an S. Yeah!
Number 8. The opportunity for co-writing. So you can get together with another writer that you've met, that you trust, that you like their writing style on, and you can start a new project on your own. Now, for example, in our writing group, we've been working on an anthology of short stories in different genres, but all based around the same concept, same timeline. It is called With a Bang. It is not yet ready. We have a lot more work to do on it, but I'm really excited about this project. Number 9, discussing the editing and publishing process. So a lot of the people in this group, or some of the people in this group, might be a little bit more advanced than you, might have more experience. They're a great place of information, so you could learn different styles of editing. So one editing style that I learned is to sit there and let your computer or whatever you're using read the story back to you, because when you use your ear and you're not looking at the page, sometimes you can hear a lot of really simple mistakes that you might overlook if you're just reading it on the paper. So it's a very good editing tool.
Editing can bite my butt, bite my butt, bite my butt.
Okay, I'm pretty sure she could have said that a little bit nicer. The publishing process, meeting these people, also have given me a resource of information for how to start self-publishing. So how do you get, your story formatted for ebook, what platforms are available, where you should go to get your print books ready. It is very helpful being in that writers group to have these people face to face to give you such advice. Number 10, marketing. Okay, so you can learn from other writers in your group how to build a website or what hosting service they used. They can give you tips and tricks. You can learn from their mistakes, from their strengths, from their knowledge. You might even meet somebody that actually builds website. Now, each of these people have their own network of connections, and so knowing these people will open up your network to other possibilities. Maybe they already have a cover designer, maybe they already have a really good editor that edits in your genre. Now they could also teach you, how to start a Facebook page if you don't already have one, where the best places are to advertise. You might also be able to get connected with like a vendor or craft show, and maybe you can go in on a table together and, sit there and do like a signing and sell your books there. I really highly recommend looking into a local writers group if you haven't already done so, especially if you're new and you're just starting out. And you have a lot more to learn. I never thought that I would get into writing, to be completely honest. In high school, it was all about music and art. But you never know when that's going to change. So when you start out, a writing group is so beneficial. It is so helpful. After you're published and you feel like you're finally getting out there, don't walk away from that writing group. Stay with them and support them. Be helpful to them, and you still might learn more from them, even though, there might be people at different levels than you. Maybe there's people in that group that have never published anything. But if you stick with them, you can become their guide and help them out. Joining a local writing group is not about just going in, taking what you need and leaving. Joining a writing group is for the long term. You support each other. You learn from them, they learn from you, and you just keep moving forward together and grow together as a group. So that's pretty much all I have for today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you liked this video, then please hit like.
Yeah, baby.
And if you want to see more of my videos and want to follow me along my adventures in advertising vlog, please hit subscribe.
Well, yes.
Otherwise, have yourself a great day, afternoon, evening, night, whatever.
And don't forget, why be serious if you can be delirious?
Yeah!